actually introduced us to Davy Trees. I don't know who this person is. I hope you're here tonight. If so, please introduce yourself to my business partner, Efrain Torres, who will speak after. Now, I'm sorry I couldn't be with you here tonight. I'm actually in California right now introducing Navistone to 1,000 or more potential customers for our service at an industry event called eTail West. I'm going to tell you a little bit about what Navistone does, and then Efrain's going to come up and take over and tell you more about Navistone's progress to date. So before Navistone, the only way businesses could market to anonymous browsers who were on their website but left without making a purchase was digital display advertising. I'm sure you've noticed that when you visit some websites, ads for that website tend to follow you around the internet. Digital display advertising is the fastest growing advertising medium, but it has a weakness. It does a great job of introducing a prospect to a brand and getting them a little bit more interested, but it really does a very poor job of converting a prospect into a customer. Navistone allows businesses to actually send personalized direct mail to those visitors on their website. Why that's important is direct mail can convert prospects into customers at a rate that is 50 times greater than that of digital display advertising. Navistone is 10 months old now, and the business is doing great. So I'm going to turn the presentation over to Efrain, who's our CFO and our VP of Operations. He's going to give you an update on our progress today. Thanks again, and have a great
Very good. First, I'll start with our mystery solved. Thanks to Andy for the introduction to Davy Tree. That's certainly highly appreciated. And one of the reasons why we really appreciate the investment from North Coast Angels. I'll start with what Larry said, that two sort of questions that I usually get, which is, did it really say direct mail? Did I hear that right? Is that really what he said? Because the second question I always get is like, isn't direct mail dead? I mean, who's doing that? It's supposed to have been dead for quite some time based on what the digital world was going to do. And so, yes, it's direct mail, and it's not dead. And I'll tell you a little bit about why we're, dealing with this channel, and then kind of go a little bit about our progress. We're only a 10-month-old company, recently invested by North Coast Angels, so we don't have the traction and the history that some of the other companies have. But we hope to show you that in such little time that we've had, so far that we've made some really great progress. I'm happy to see some positioning pretty high up in the quadrant, and hope to keep moving into up, of course, toward the top of that chart. The reason why direct mail first, it's a very, very large industry. It's a $45 billion industry. The part in where we compete, which is the data side of it, is about $9 billion. And spread across some major industries, and retail is one of the big sectors of that industry, and this is one of the first areas of focus, although we are beginning to expand into other sectors. But it's a very, very large market, and still, just like Larry was saying, one of the key things is that direct mail, if done correctly, is able to convert at a faster rate than just about any other direct channel. This is a survey done from industry CMOs and industry participants, and where they asked the kind of response rates that they were getting from their various channels. As you can see, direct mail still has a very meaningful response rate as a channel. The problem with direct mail is that nothing's happened for 20 years. The last innovation that we're aware of was about over 20 years ago, when a company called Abacus came in with the idea of collecting, offline transactional data and using that in a co-op fashion to then predict who could be a good potential prospect and then use that to target people. And that happened over 20 years ago. Since then, there's been replicates and other people that come in, but there's not been a significant major innovation in this space. And so what we're focusing on is using digital data, digital audiences to create a new way to target and deliver, direct mail. And so when you ask, why no one else has thought about that? You got a sleepy giant industry, and all this entrepreneurs always looking for opportunities. Well, there's some pretty meaningful challenges to do that. And some of those challenges that we have to solve to get this company going. The first is sort of the audience challenge, which is, how do you find a name and address of anonymous browsers to a website? Not a very trivial challenge. Second challenge is how do you do that in a privacy compliant manner? How do you protect the PII of those anonymous browsers? The third piece is sort of a data part. We are a very large big data company. It is how do you know from all this browsing data, all this intent data, all this crumbs that visitors are leaving on the website, what matters and what's going to trigger a response to direct mail the most? And finally, the last is how do you build a team that has both online and offline experience, because you have to cross constantly both worlds, and online data to drive an offline channel. So those were the challenges that our team has solved. And so what I'm here on, I'm going to just talk to you a little bit about the progress we've made since May, when we officially launched Navistone and started marketing our product. First, sort of on a revenue performance basis, for a 10-month-old company, we crossed $1 billion run rate line around November, and we've sustained that in the last 3 months. We hit 98% of our business plan on the revenue side, or 102% on our earnings goal. So, we feel very, very good about those numbers. So far, we have managed to get 140 clients, some of them which are brand names you may recognize: Wayfair, Quicken Loans, Jockey, Boost Jock, which was just recently acquired by Walmart, and others. And we are continuing the customer acquisition ramp pretty quickly. The next area where we've made a lot of progress is in team development. We launched with 7 members in May. Since then, we've added a data science director, 2 senior developers, a marketing operations, business development VP, and starting tomorrow, this is a really big deal. Tomorrow, we have a chief revenue officer starting with us. There are 2 extraordinarily successful companies in that $9 billion market that I just mentioned. The first company was Abacus. The chief revenue officer was employee number 20 at Abacus, and she drove Abacus sales team until they exited at about $300 million, 12 times multiple of revenue. She left Abacus and started with another company at that time. It was called Next Action, which then became Datalogics. And she drove, from employee number 20 to an exit a couple of years ago, where Datalogics was acquired by Oracle for a multiple of $10 billion, $1 billion transaction. And she is coming to join us as our chief revenue officer. So this is something extraordinary for a young team to be able to attract a blue chipper CRO of that caliber. More importantly, she's bringing with her 2 additional members of the team that have gone with her from both companies that have drove a lot of that success in those 2 prior companies. So this is a very exciting happening for us. In the product development area, this is a new product that we've launched. We are normally selling lists of prospect names. We are very focused on generating new prospects for customers and using those lists so you can then drive whatever mailing programs you have. But this is a different one, and by which, I have samples on the tables. These are 4x6 postcards that you can see on the table if you want to touch it and feel it and see what it looks like. And we've done a number of those for customers. They are personalized, on demand. The program went live September 12th, and we're sending cards to anonymous browsers, that show up to a site and never left, anything that you could grab onto to market directly to them. And so they will get a card within 24 to 48 hours. And this is a monthly recurring revenue product. It's completely turnkey. We manage everything from data acquisition to the actual printing and mailing the postcards. And we manage all that through a number of partners, industry partners that we have created to deliver this product. The most exciting thing, and a lot of our products have a very strong ROI-driven emphasis. We show what kind of returns our products are demonstrating on our list products. We're doing 30 to 80% better performance than any current sources of lists that you can find on mailing over 200,000 postcards so far for over 16 different clients. This is over a period of about 4 or 5 months. We are generating about a 7.6% response rate. That is, twice what the industry average is. We're generating about $8.50 revenue per card. Every card that it's mailed, our clients are generating about $8.50 per card. They pay 75 cents, so that's about 11 times multiple on return on ad spend. And this puts this technology or this product in the top quartile of all channel marketing, strategies. And this is for prospecting, which is usually an activity that is a money-losing proposition as a marketing activity. So we're making money in prospecting with 11 times return on ad spend and twice the response rate of traditional direct mail. So it's a very exciting product. We're getting to scale out that to a number of customers and be able to sell this through a number of channel partners. On the operations side, our data growth is skyrocketing exponentially. Data acquisition is our raw material. We take that raw material and we make the products that we sell to our customers. So we are doing about 65 million visitors per month from different customer websites. That's generating about 120 million sessions per month of activity that we're tracking a lot of that data, storing, analyzing, and generating information for our customers. That is generating about 200 million profiles of which we can potentially sell as a product. So this is a leading indicator to our revenue, so we expect our growth to really take on a similar kind of path going forward. Our business plan for 2017 is about $3 million, and with our new sales team in place, we think we are definitely going to be there, or possibly, hopefully beat it. And the final point on update is sort of financing. We've raised about $2.3 million in equity so far. We were one of the last ones approved for a CAF loan, so we are very thrilled about that. And we'll be talking during the summer about a Series A, which we've already started discussing with various venture capitalists in the Midwest, East Coast, and West Coast. So that's all I have to share with you very early only 10 months, a lot of excitement, but we have momentum, and hopefully, companies in this space exit at 10 times multiple of revenue, and we hope to be there and to be on the upper chart, making all of you guys some good money. So thank you very much. Yes, sir.
So can you project for a customer, based on the cost he's going to incur, what kind of revenue he's going to generate?
Well, we do. That's very good. The question is, can you predict to a customer based on what he spent, what kind of revenue he could produce? And this is exactly what we do. We call those opportunity reports. We analyze the data and we say, okay, I'm not talking about some hypothetical here. These are people who are visiting your sites that I've had data on your site for the last 90 days. There is the profile. Here is the kind of opportunity, because on a website, all the traffic that you get, only about 3% of it converts. Only about 12% of it is no. So you have, 88% of the traffic, it's anonymous to the customers, and they pay a lot of money to drive it there, and they just don't have other ways of keeping that relationship. So we, not everyone of that 88% is worth of sending direct mail. Direct mail has a real cost, and we say, here are the deciles, and out of that, if you mail to this with this kind of response rate, then it's the kind of performance you would get. So that is part of our pitch, and it usually works real well.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. We do. We have a provisional patent that we filed for this whole process. We've had 2 reviews with the patent office. The last review, we have fine-tuned the claims, and we are in an accelerated path. And we hope we get a patent issued in Q2 of this year. Any other questions? Yes, sir. Oh, okay. Well, thank you very much for your time.